Spin Me Right Round by Justin Orfanella. There's something uniquely appealing about used record shops. I don't count myself among the growing population of vinyl aficionados. I don't know anything about rare records, save for the Beatles' infamous Butcher cover for Yesterday and Today, and I don't have a giant collection. I just happen to like the format and enjoy having some favorites on vinyl because it's kind of a cool thing to have. There are certainly some that I value quite a lot. My father's original Let It Be single, complete with picture sleeve, for instance, or the copy of Bobby Darin's Beyond the Sea on a 45 that I bought from a guy selling used records on the street. By and large, though, I'm not sure that my collection has much that would interest serious collectors. I grab things that I like here and there, and have received some modern albums on new vinyl as gifts. It's a mini hobby, if you will. It has been interesting to see vinyl make a comeback. I grew up during the end of the cassette era, so I witnessed the rise of the CD and, of course, digital's takeover as the primary format. But vinyl was a relic to me. My parents had almost never played any of the probably hundreds of albums they had, so I didn't even really know how to handle vinyl or use a turntable until I was practically an adult. Over the past, I'd say 5 years or so, I've accumulated some experience shopping in record shops. These have been mostly in New York City, though I picked up a nice copy of Springsteen's Born to Run in Asbury Park, New Jersey. You can't leave without some Bruce memorabilia after all. And I popped into a couple of places on a vacation in Florida. I very rarely go into them looking for something specific. I think it's more fun to just flip through and feel the thrill of coming across something you weren't expecting or had never even thought about in the first place. But now that you've seen it, you have to have it. When Julian and I made the trip out to Industry City to visit St. Mark's, we made a pit stop at Hi-Fi Provisions record shop. It's a tiny place, but it's got a good selection to flip through, with LPs and 45s from a variety of genres and time periods. I passed up a copy of Green Day's Uno from 2012. The price was steep, and the album doesn't even break my top 5 Green Day albums. I did, however, drop more than I usually would on a 12-inch single, which I didn't even know was a thing, of David Bowie and Bing Crosby's The Little Drummer Boy, Peace on Earth. It's my favorite Christmas song by far, and I couldn't resist adding it to my collection. That disc is emblematic of why I enjoy record shops. The moment of mild euphoria when you stumble across a record that speaks to you and that you have to have right now is hard to replicate, if you're a music lover, that is. And I think that if I set out to find something specific, I'd just be setting myself up for disappointment. There's never a guarantee that you'll be able to find any given record just by walking in. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm big into music, and for me, vinyl feeds into that. Not because it sounds better or anything like that. It's the nature of it being an old format, coupled with the fact that most of the records I get are used. There's a feeling of connection, in a way. A connection to the past, certainly, when vinyl was the only way to get your music fix on demand. But also to all of the people who may have enjoyed those records before they got to me. Every dusty hiss and pop speaks back to some past time that a disc was put on a platter and had a needle dropped on it. I think there's something beautiful in that. Music already has a unique capacity to transcend barriers and connect us all. For me, that added layer of history inherent to vinyl just intensifies that connection. And that's what keeps me, and I imagine many others, coming back to what was once an outdated, nearly dead format. Because after all, music never really dies, does it?